Hello, and thanks for joining us on Encore. Coming up on today's show.
Please, sir, the Hatter is in danger.
Young lady, your time is up. This cannot be good.
Stepping through the looking glass, Alice is back in Underland. The sequel to Tim Burton's 2010 film revisits the children's literature classic with a stellar cast and some suitably surreal special effects.
Love is not rational. You fall in love. You lose control. Whoa, is that good or bad?
Woody Allen's Café Society has been a box office success here in France after its premiere at Cannes. We sat down with the star of the film and Hollywood's man of the moment, Jesse Eisenberg.
Come in.
We're starting off with the story of a girl who falls down a rabbit hole, steps through a mirror, and the rest is history. Lewis Carroll's Alice has been revisited many times over the last 150 years, most recently in a pop-goth take on the children's classic by Tim Burton. There's now a sequel, Alice Through the Looking Glass. Alice, the Mad Hatter and the Red Queen are all back again, but there are new faces as well, notably a mysterious character played by Sacha Baron Cohen. The film's had a lukewarm response from critics and has so far failed to pull in the crowds.
You've been gone too long, Alice.
It's been 6 years since Tim Burton's remake of Alice in Wonderland, and if the heroine did grow up, that doesn't mean she's not willing to do everything it takes to help her friends.
Hurry.
The Mad Hatter, the Cheshire Cat, the White Rabbit, they're all back. And so is Alice, who may be more relevant now than she was 150 years ago.
Very unusual at the time. She was very outspoken. She had her own feelings about the situation. She didn't suffer fools gladly, and was very, keen to do her own thing. And I think that's a very modern idea for a very old character. And so in many ways, she was way ahead of her time.
The real-life inspiration to the character is Alice Liddell, a 10-year-old girl who lived next door to Lewis Carroll, then a mathematics professor at Oxford. It's for her that he created Wonderland, a place where absurdity rules, where big is small and up is down, and that Disney popularized with their 1951 animated feature. This iteration of Alice's tale does bring some novelty as well, with Sacha Baron Cohen playing a part human, part machine incarnation of time.
I'm having the time of my life.
Wait for no man.
A casting choice that was evident for his Mad Hatter co-star Johnny Depp.
Truly, the only person that you could bring in to play time would have been Sacha Baron Cohen, for so many reasons, because you could have all the expectations in the world, and he's going to do absolutely the opposite.
Alice might be time's enemy in this movie, but throughout history, she's been a source of inspiration to many.
Many artists, painters and cartoonists have been inspired by Alice in Wonderland. And the movies as well. The Matrix starts with Follow the White Rabbit. And the Beatles as well. The song I Am the Walrus is inspired by Walrus and the Carpenter in Through the Looking Glass.
A recreation of her house, as well as a musical based on her story, are opening in Paris. The Alice craze is just beginning.
No time to say goodbye. Hello, I'm late.
More cinema now. France 24 has been speaking to actor Jesse Eisenberg. He was at the Cannes Film Festival this year with Woody Allen's new comedy Café Society, in which he plays a Hollywood ingenue. A somewhat ironic role for someone who's become an established name in Tinseltown after getting rave reviews in Aaron Sorkin's The Social Network in 2010. Our culture editor Louise Dupont sat down with him to talk about being flavour of the month.
Hello? Come in. Sit. Christ, man, it's all about ego. This whole town runs on ego.
Yeah, I'm Bobby.
Bonnie, come in here, can you? Bonnie, this is my nephew, Bobby.
Jesse Eisenberg, hello. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
A lot of people describe you as the man of the moment in Hollywood right now. How does it make you feel?
Oh, I don't know who describes that. No one describes that. I don't know, maybe you spoke to my mother.
In the press, it's the case.
No, that couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm the man of no moment, not even... I'm barely a man, let alone of a moment. No, so I don't think so. I don't know what that would be. That doesn't make any sense to me. But that seems like that's the least sustainable position to be in. In fact, it's nominally unsustainable because they're using the word moment. So my one regret in life is that I can't play an instrument.
Oh, I used to date a musician.
Did you?
A sax player, very brilliant. He'd play those sad songs with so much feeling. It could make you cry.
That's a great gift.
I would have married him, but he was a dope addict.
Really? See, I don't like dope. It messes you up.
You've already worked with Woody Allen playing Into Rome with Love in 2012. I read that more than any actors, he was your idol when you were a teenager. Am I right?
Yeah, yes, and still, I mean, I love what he does because I think that I think he makes like the least obsequious work, in entertainment. I think he seems to make things that are primarily for him, and because they seem so personal, and because it seems like he's more interested in his stuff than he is in other stuff, it becomes infectious, and I think he's writing about things that he's interested in, and I think that he just hopes that there's enough of an overlap of his interest with an audience's interests to be able to sustain.
And yet Woody Allen is saying that neither you or Kristen Stewart felt impressed by him during the shoot. How did you feel when you were on the shoot?
Oh, well, I mean, no, he's impressive, but when I'm working, I'm just kind of trying to make sure I'm doing a good job, and I'm not, in a kind of, in any kind of, I'm not in my, sycophantic mode on set, because I'm trying to, just make sure I do a good job. But no, he's impressive, and I'll mention that later.
It's the third time you've been working with Kristen Stewart. What kind of an actress is she? Kristen's a really genuinely unusual actress. She is, seemingly totally disinterested in her own vanity. She's interested in her own self-promotion. She seems as though she is more interested in the other actor excelling, even possibly at her own expense. She'd rather have her back to the camera than be, looking beautiful on camera. She's just totally unusual. I mean, I've never seen anything like it, and I feel very lucky to have worked with her several times, because that means several times that I'm working with somebody who's looking out for my best interest.
And I really like spending my time with you. I hope that's okay. You're very sweet. Have you heard that before? You have this deer in the headlights quality.
Thank you. Well, if I was your boyfriend, I would not travel. Or if I did, I would take you with me. I hope he knows how to kiss you and all the rest.
It's between us.
Last time you were in Cannes, it was for Back Home by the Norwegian director Joachim Trier. Then you played the villain in Batman vs. Superman. Now you're in Café Society, very different movies. How do you pick your roles?
I don't. They come to me, and if they are interesting, then I want to do them. It's a strange industry that Woody Allen would be very unlikely to make a superhero movie, but for whatever reason, actors are able to kind of dip in and out of all these things. So the movies, I guess, are different, but the actor's job is pretty similar. You kind of. It's, you're thinking about a character, about their history, about their emotional experience, and you're trying to kind of bring yourself to it in a way that makes it seem realistic. And in that way, an actor's job, I think, transcends tone or style of movies. And if you're lucky enough, like I am, or like Corey Stoll, who's also in the superhero things, you're able to kind of, go back and forth between those.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
I wish you the best.
Life is a comedy written by a sadistic comedy writer.
And the film Café Society is due to come out in the US and the UK from July. We're finishing off with a festival a little closer to home. The Champs-Élysées here in Paris is the place to be this week, as cinemas on and around the famous boulevard will be showing movie premieres and special screenings of films from France and the US. The festival kicks off with Jeff Nichols' Loving, a true-life tale of marriage in a time of racial segregation. We'll leave you with a clip of that film. Remember to check out our website. Encore is also on Twitter, Facebook and Instagram. There's more news coming up on France 24 after this.
I bought it. This whole acre. I'm gonna build you a house. Right here. Our house.